What's up, y'all? I just wolfed down a massive steak sandwich while driving like a total pro.
It was impressive, I have to say.
Wasn't it?
I'm going to admit, I doubted you at first.
Really?
It was that messy. Yeah.
I am a pro driver while eating.
It was one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen, I gotta say.
It was good. It was good. It was dripping. It was, I don't know why it was so like wet. It makes it sound like the sandwich was gross, but it actually wasn't. It was super banging.
It was very like cheesy and
cheesy
and
there's ketchup on it and other shit, and there was things were peppers were falling out and everything, and the like wax paper they give you with it was like sopping wet, and it was sitting on my lap, and I'm like, I'm eating, balancing, driving, braking, like everything was. But anyway, I nailed it. 10 out of 10. Good sandwich too, by the way. Crystal got a non-messy sandwich, and that was genius.
I got an Italian sub.
Yeah.
There's this little place we really like to go to that is very high quality.
But anyway, the reason why we're recording this is because we just got news that Jill Stein is running for president on the Green Party ticket. That news just dropped. I just watched her little recorded video. I'd say, well, it's like 3 minutes or something like that. And it's exactly what you would expect from Jill Stein, you know, universal health care and eliminate all the student loan debt, eliminate the medical debt too, stuff like that. And the reason why this is noteworthy, coming from somebody who's, like, I voted for Jill Stein in the past, but the first thing that came to mind when I saw that was like, Cornell West is already running. Now, I know he was originally with the People's Party, then he went to the Green Party, and then we don't know what happened behind the scenes with the Green Party, which led him to leave the Green Party, but now he changed it to, I'm running as an independent. And so you have some progressives running within the Democratic Party. Marianne is running, of course, and then Cenk Uygur threw his hat in the ring, even though there's we don't know whether or not he'll actually be on the ballot because he's not a natural-born citizen, he's a naturalized citizen. And Cornell's running, and now Jill Stein is running, and it just, like, my first thought was like, nobody on the left likes each other, talks to each other, or organizes together. Because, like, at a certain point, if you want, like, left-wing ideas and goals to succeed and policies to succeed, it's like you all have to agree and then have one person who represents it, because that's the only way you have even a prayer of winning. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only way you even
like,
have a prayer of your ideas even having an impact.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all like, it's just like different individuals want to be the one who is the virtue signaler. And it's like, if there's fucking 4 of you, then you're split. By definition, you have to be splitting the vote amongst the 4 of you, and it leaves the lane wide open for, of course, the more centrist corporate Democrats to always win. And I'm just kind of amazed that at this late date, this hasn't, like, clicked for people yet. Or maybe, look, maybe I'm reading too much into it and they simply don't care, and the goal is not, of course, to win or whatever. I mean, Jill Stein, there was one time where she got 3% or 4%, like she got more votes than the Green Party candidate has gotten in a really long time, or maybe even ever gotten. I don't know if Ralph Nader surpassed her at any point or whatever. But and then she's run again since then and got a lower percentage. And then now it's like we're right back to, okay, so we're gonna have Cornell run, Jill Stein run. It's, you know, almost a guarantee, unless he steps aside, that Biden's gonna be the nominee. It's just, I just find it strange that, so if you actually believe in all of the things that are part of, like, the left package, why wouldn't you all throw behind one person, whoever it is? When Mariam's the first one, so of course I thought that's the one, right? But then other people jump in, and then you have all these different candidates who stand for very similar things, and now none of them are going to have any impact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Marianne and Cenk point, there was one poll that I saw that came out where Cenk was, they had Cenk's name in the poll, and it was like Marianne was getting 8 and he was getting 2, and, you know, you can't know this for sure, but other polls have Marianne basically at 10, so it's like,
one had her at 13
yeah, so it's like you're taking the 10 points, and then you're just, instead of being additive, you're just like, okay, I'm going to take a few points away from, not that 10 points is really doing anything for us anyway, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess if I'm going to be fair to Jill Stein in the Green Party, once Cornell bailed, I'm sure they felt like, okay, but we got to run a candidate, so...
But did he really bail, though? See, that's the question, right?
Yeah, well, like, I'm dying to know what happened behind the scenes.
Because this is, okay, I know from, you know, co-founding Justice Democrats and all this stuff, people like to think, like, oh, there's this, I'm me, and my friends are my friends, but there's this group that is in institutional left-wing politics. And they're serious people who do serious things. And it's like, no, that's actually not the case. They're regular people, and oftentimes they're the most petty and narcissistic and vindictive.
Little turf wars and stuff like that.
It's like high school, but not in high school, like in institutional left-wing politics. I know that from firsthand experience. And so you look at Cornell leaving the Green Party. I actually understood why he left the People's Party. They don't have any ballot access, and it was like, it's not really a party, it's like a joke organization.
Right.
And people brought that to his attention, and he was like, oh shit, you're kind of right. I did a little bit of research and realized that now. So he went to the Green Party, which is relatively legit. I mean, they usually get ballot access in 46 states or 48 states, something like that. Bless you.
Thank you.
And so, you know, you think like, okay, that's relatively legit. And then what the hell happened behind the scenes? Does it have to do with Peter Dow, who was his campaign manager or whatever? Did he set up the deal to get him in the Green Party, and then they clashed behind the scenes with the Green Party, like the Howie Hawkins of the world and the Jill Steins of the world,
well,
or
Jill
like the leaders
Stein
of the Green Party?
Was originally listed as a campaign manager for Cornell too, wasn't she? She was involved in the campaign, I know, directly at some point as well. So I wouldn't think it would be a clash with, I don't know. Something happened behind the scenes. I have no idea, and I can't even speculate what it was.
Well,
some kind of inter-left drama.
What Cornell says is that the process to get the nomination for the Green Party is very, like, behind the scenes, you know, you work from within the Green Party, and he said it takes away from me bringing my message to the American people. I don't know if that's...
I'm not really buying that.
Yeah, that sounds sort of... I don't know about that. It seems like it's more
it's
some...
like, wait a
there
second.
was some personality clash.
Now you're telling me I have to campaign? It's like...
Yeah, there was some
what
disagreement.
Did you think this was going to be?
Or some personality clash or something, is my guess. And then that led to him leaving, and now Jill Stein is running. And so you have Cornell as an independent, Jill Stein as a Green Party candidate, and then probably Trump and Biden. And it's just, I don't know. I guess the thing that frustrates me is that none of it seems like serious or with a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, would Cornell say, I think I have a chance of winning? I don't think he would say that. Right? Would Jill Stein say, I think I have a chance of winning? I don't think she'd say that. And everybody knows, I've been pretty consistent on this for a long time. I actually do, even though I voted for the Green Party, I do sort of have this revulsion to this game we play where we pretend like people are running to win when you know they're not.
Yeah.
And if you're not running to win, I just feel like
there's a lot of magical thinking on the left and things that, like, are very obvious that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I voted for Jill Stein in the past, and she was definitely closer to my views than Hillary Clinton. That's, you know, when I voted for her. And it's like, are we really just gonna do this again and recycle it where the Green Party gets 2% in perpetuity? Is that our goal here?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I guess to say about this is I think it's very open question how many ballots Cornell West will be on since he left the Green Party. That takes a lot to be able to pull off that operation, to get on all the ballots. I don't know how much funding he has. I genuinely just don't know. So it could be that there are a lot of states where Jill Stein is the only progressive candidate or left candidate who is there as an option on the ballot. And in that way, it could be significant, especially right now where you have such a huge schism opened up over Biden's greenlighting of genocide in Gaza. So she may be, you know, she may do better than people initially think, because there's such a desire from a lot of young people to have some other alternative that isn't genocide.
I mean, I'd like to think you're right, but I'm more of the mindset that any of the quote-unquote protest votes are just going to go directly to RFK, even though RFK has the exact same position on Israel as Trump and Biden. But from what I've seen, you know, he's doing well with young people. And
he is.
Yeah, I really think that's just, he's a Kennedy, and he's not named Trump or Biden, so middle finger to the system. That's my reading of it. And so I just think to the extent that there's going to be this, like, sort of backlash, revolt against the establishment, it's going to be in that format. Let's go with the American royalty guy with the last name who is not Trump or Biden and is younger. And I don't think it's going to come in the fashion of... And by the way, when I say that, what I mean is it possible for a guy like RFK to, in theory, tie Ross Perot at getting 19% of the popular vote nationwide and get 0 electoral college votes? Yes, I think that's possible. Do I think it's possible RFK wins? Not a snowball's chance in hell. Not a snowball's chance in hell. So that's what I mean.
Biden dies and Trump's in prison. Maybe then.
See, but if that were to happen, let's speed it up a little. Let's get, so then you'll have a DeSantis versus Newsom or whoever the hell. Fill in the blank with whoever the hell. And that would feel, that'd be politics as usual, but it would at least feel less, what's the right word I'm looking for? Mortifying?
Yeah.
You know, you got like a psychotic narcissist psychopath who, did I say psychotic and psychopath in the same thing? That's amazing. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I have the best words. You got a narcissistic psychopath in Trump, and you have a guy who's barely alive in Joe Biden. Those are your options.
Inspiring options. I mean, to me, the demand from the beginning that everybody could have gotten on board with was just to force a debate in the Democratic Party, to force a real, like, some sort of real primary process. At least that would have opened up some possibility, whereas now there is no possibility.
Yeah, and you got, you know, Marianne made a little splash at the beginning, but sort of hasn't really broken through in the sense that she's in the 20%, 30 percentile range, etc. And so now it just seems like, you know, with Cenk jumping in or with Dean Phillips jumping in.
Did you see Dean Phillips apologizing to Bernie?
I saw that, yeah. He said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how rigged it was.
He was
and
like,
it's like, well, then you're a fucking idiot,
yeah,
because everybody's been saying it who pays attention to this stuff and gives a shit. People have been saying that forever, you idiot. You know, but it's like, you look at all that and it's depressing, but then you also see, oh, okay, Jill Stein is going to come save the day. It's like, no, that's not actually what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Am I being too mean? You guys tell me. Am I being, is my defeatism getting in the way? I have no idea. We could try to get her on Crystal Kyle and Friends and talk to her about it.
Oh, that's true. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, especially since I voted for her in the past. She's probably open to, even if we ask some tough questions, there's still plenty of areas of agreement and stuff too. So
yeah, I mean, she's running for president. She wants to get her message out there.
Yeah, we say that, but Cornell West didn't want to talk to us.
True.
I don't understand that. We've
True.
interviewed him before, and then he was, you know, you reached out to him a number of times. There was nothing. Crickets in response.
Well,
So.
yeah. Anyway, whatever.
All right. Well, there you have it. Jill Stein run for president. Peace.